The Jacksonville Jaguars have done it. They have gone 13-4, and they have won the AFC South Championship with the Texans right on their heels the entire way, but they didn't give a shit, right? They just kept pushing forward, kept winning football games, and it feels good. As a Jags fan, we all know how good it is just to keep winning, and this has been the best season that we've had in a very long time. And I was there at the game yesterday. We had a lot of fun. I was at the Jets game. This kind of felt like that, just scoring on top of scoring on top of scoring. We had a great Antonio Johnson pick six. That was fun to watch. But overall, man, the vibes are high in Duval. Everything is looking up. We face the Bills next week. But let's recap a little bit about what happened yesterday and just talk about a few certain things that really stood out. One of those big things was Trevor Lawrence hitting 4,000 yards on the season, and then also 38 total touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence, surpassing Blake Bortles. He is now the franchise leader for touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence just continues to break down walls. He continues to break records, and I love having him as the quarterback of the Jags. I've always tried to back up every single quarterback that we've ever had. Blaine Gabbert was kind of just a no thank you. But every quarterback, man, I've always supported. But this quarterback that we have right now, he's different. He is the prototypical quarterback. He's struggled at times. Yes, there has been some struggles, but that is not all on him. He has had to deal with a lot of coaching changes, a lot of coordinator changes, a lot of scheme changes, and he's just kept chipping away at it and continuing to work hard and get stuff done. And with Liam Cohen, I think that's finally gelled, and everything just looks great, man. He was 22 of 30 for 255 yards, 73.3% completion rating, 3 touchdowns, and 131.9 rating overall. He did great. He's not the only one. Every single skill player on the team caught a pass yesterday. Parker Washington continues to be the best receiver that we have on the field. He had 87 yards and a touchdown. But even Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, Brenton Strange, they all stepped up when we needed them. Quentin Morris got his first touchdown as a Jacksonville Jaguar yesterday in a nice little play to get Trevor his 38th touchdown, total touchdown of the season. So good for Quentin Morris. Tim Patrick, I did not know he did his warm-ups barefooted, but it works out for him. He had that one big reception for 4 yards. It didn't seem like it was big, but right there, he caught that pass right where I was. And he fought pretty hard on that one reception, that one play. So that was big for Tim Patrick. Just watching these guys in the pregame warmups, man, they're full steam ahead. They're dedicated. They're locked in. You could just see it in their eyes when they were on the field warming up that they were going to do what they did. Beating the Titans 41-7. And I was wearing my Josh Hines Allen jersey yesterday, and the guy sitting next to me, he tapped on my shoulder at the 41 on the shoulder, and he was like, "You see that?" And then he pointed up at the scoreboard, and we had 41. And that was just really fun. It's I love streaming the games with you guys. It's exciting, but being at the stadium, if you have the means and just any way to get to the stadium, especially for this next upcoming game, please go. Just being there it's a crazy vibe right now with everything. It goes back to 2022, but this seems so much better. The team seems so much more focused. In 2022, we were barely getting by and barely winning games, but it was fun. But now we're dominating teams, and we dominated the Titans yesterday. And one thing I wanted to touch on with that game also is Cam Ward. Hate to see him getting hurt. I would have loved to have beaten the Titans when they were at full health. Jeffrey Simmons He came on strong right there in the beginning. We knew he was going to play hard. But them losing Cam early, it was still a fun game to watch, but you would have loved to have seen him play more. But again, still fun, really fun game. We had some Titans fans sitting next to us, and they were actually pretty cool. They knew what was going to happen in the game. They were joking around about it. It was his first Tennessee game watching them live, and he knew what was going to happen, but he still wanted to come support, which is great. That's, go support your team any way you can. Any team, any fan of any NFL team, do what you can to go support your team. Just be there in the moment, have fun. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, man, this team is completely different. You got everybody. It just seems like every person in every position on this team is just set up with the right mindset to want to win, and that is showed pretty big. And another person I wanted to touch on, and I mentioned it just a little while ago, Antonio Johnson with the pick six. I believe him and Devin Lloyd may be tied for interceptions now, which is huge. Those two guys have been some of the best defensive players that we've had on the team. They've stepped up in big situations when you need them to. And Antonio Johnson, again, stepping up with that big pick six. And it was a 58-yard return on that pick for the touchdown. You love to see it. Like I said, every single person is putting forth 200% effort. Everybody on this team makes plays. Every skill position made a reception. Our run game needs to lock in a little bit better. I did notice early on in the game, our offensive line kind of collapsed a little bit. They found their footing. I know Cole Van Lannon went out late in the game with, it seemed like, an ankle injury, but he seems to be doing fine right now. Hopefully he's good to go for the Jags-Bills game, but we will see. Hopefully we can get as many people healthy for that as possible. All right, well, this was supposed to be kind of a recap about the game yesterday. It kind of was, but this was mainly just me hyping the team up and just being excited for everything that the Jags have going on. But again, Jags are 13-4 to wrap up the regular season. They go in to face the Buffalo Bills in Jacksonville Sunday at 1 p.m. We kind of got hit with a little bit more disrespect there at the end. A little bit more disrespect. And I think that's going to fuel us going up. They should have gave us a primetime spot. They didn't, but it's okay. We'll be there anyways. Guys, I greatly appreciate every bit of support that you guys show to me. You guys always show up to the streams. You guys always show up to the videos, hitting that like button. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please hit that sub button. I greatly appreciate everybody here. Let's go get the big win this weekend against Buffalo. Duval!